games?
Yeah, I don't think it were good enough. And it's something that when you're not on track, you got to recognize that situation. And it's a long season, and you can't be perfect all the time. But as a coach and as a team and as the leaders we have on this team, we have to recognize that this effort's not good enough. The way we play is not good enough. And I think it was the case in Utica. I think it was the case against Toronto. Nothing to do with the losses. It's more the way we played. Thought against Bridgeport we had a strong effort, a good game. And the next night we fall back in not working hard enough and not winning the puck battles and not making the necessary to win. And gotta work. You gotta work. There's no easy night in this league, and I don't think we were in the two games we lost. The other team were better teams than us.
And you said a couple of weeks ago, even in a couple of wins, you weren't where you really wanted to be in terms of the process in some of those games. So where do you? I mean, you say you got to work, more on the ice. What do you think they've got to do?
It's more about a team effort. Like one night it's 2-3 guys, the other night it's the PK, the other night the power play. Got to put all that together and play as a team more. That's one of our strengths in the beginning of the year. And lately I think there's a little bit of complacency in certain areas, and we can't let that creep in our dressing room.
Where do you think that comes from?
Huh?
Where's complacency come from?
Well, you're winning games. You're not always at your best, but you're still winning games because one night it's your goalie, one night it's the first line, the other night it's a PK, the other night it's a power play. And at one point, the schedule kicked in, and you're busy, and you're not practicing as much. And all that attached makes you feel that, you know what, we're going out there, and the effort's not the same. You think that you're going on the ice and things will happen. Well, it's not like that. I think if we've had success, it's because we've been working our balls off. I think that was the key of our team. They were working like no tomorrow. And with the Christmas break, the break at New Year, schedule, we got to get back in that mode that made us very successful.
So when you're winning, but you're not really happy completely with the way you're playing, do you say to the guys, yeah, you won, but you're still not working hard enough? Are you the Debbie Downer, or do you?
It's not always like that. Like, it depends of the game, and it depends on the game. Obviously, each game is different, but like I mentioned earlier, like, we're taking one day at a time, one game at a time. We coach the game, we play the game, we watch the game, and we address the game in the room with our team, and individually and collectively. And they know what we think on a regular basis. It's not one day, wow, it's out of the blue, and coaches are very happy or they're not happy. It's an everyday thing, and when the schedule is busy, or when you have breaks like that, you have less interaction with your team because you're playing a lot. You don't want to show too much this, too much of that. You're talking to them, but at one point, I think the best way to do it is on the ice in practice, and have the players recognize that it's got to be better.
The start of the week is always a good time to catch up on updates on injuries. Saw Connor walking around. Yeah. He's where's he at now?
Well, it's a good question. He was 2 to 4 weeks. I think the way I see that, it's more we're on pace for at least 3 weeks.
from now, or
No, from the beginning. So we got to take one step at a time in this case. And I know we stepped on the ice, not yesterday, but Saturday morning, and for 15 minutes. It's more. He's not for this week. Obviously, he's not for next week as well. So it's really we're cautious with that, and we'll see how it plays out.
then Stevens and Lynch?
Not on the ice. They're progressing, but they're not in the lineup this week.
A gentleman who was on the ice today, it's hard to miss, is Sosunov. So he assume has been called up and is back on the roster.
The plan with him was to send him down to have some ice time, to play games, play some games, because he hadn't had the chance to play. Schedule was very good in Florida in the East Coast League for him to play, and so he had the chance to play there. And now he's back for us, I believe, for good, and we'll see how it plays out.
What do you need or most want to see out of him? Obviously, a rookie, there's so many things. Tall guy, what does he need to do?
It's tough because he's not ahead of the other guys, and we have no injury, and so it's tough for him to gain confidence and get into his groove because he did not play. So that's the reason why he was sent down. Now we want to see where he's at in terms of progression. And we got to see that in the game. Is he going to play this weekend? I don't know yet. We're not in that process yet.
Is he aged already? Is the skating there? Is his physical play there? When he was here, what did you see?
6'8" defenseman. He's got a good shot. He's got to improve his game all around. He's got to improve his skating, passing game, but it's more about confidence. Like, sometimes you evaluate a player and you never had the chance to see him play with confidence. To have confidence, you got to play. So it's a vicious circle. He's not playing, you don't see him play with his confidence, so it's a tough evaluation. But he's a guy that he's like any other rookies. He's young, he's got a lot to learn. It's a process, and it's for him to impress us enough to crack the lineup sooner than later.